Let's get straight to the point. Financial expert Gary Cardone believes Ripple, not Michael Saylor, is the real loser in the recent XRP versus Bitcoin debate. While some crypto enthusiasts argue that MicroStrategy could have doubled its profit if it had invested in XRP instead of Bitcoin, Cardone is flipping that argument on its head. He says, if Ripple truly believes in the value of XRP, then where is their strategic reserve? Let's break this down. The controversy started when an XRP supporter named Gordon released a chart. It compared what MicroStrategy actually earned from its Bitcoin investment, about $70 billion in value, with what it could have earned if it had bought XRP instead. According to Gordon, that number would have been nearly $140 billion. That's right, twice as much. His suggestion? If Michael Saylor had gone with XRP instead of Bitcoin since 2020, MicroStrategy's profits would have doubled. Now, that's a bold claim, and it didn't take long for Gary Cardone to respond. Cardone, a well-known voice in finance, didn't just disagree. He dismantled the argument. He said he already has the money and does not need to rename it to XRP. In other words, Saylor's strategy worked. Bitcoin gave him credibility, institutional backing, and most importantly, legal protection. Cardone even added that if Saylor had gone with anything other than Bitcoin, he could have ended up bankrupt, buried in lawsuits. But Cardone didn't stop there. He turned the spotlight on Ripple itself. He asked a tough question. If XRP is so promising, why hasn't Ripple, the very company behind the token, created its own strategic reserve of XRP? If the token has the potential to reach prices like $8,000 per coin, as some speculate, wouldn't it make sense for Ripple to follow the same playbook Saylor used for Bitcoin? This is where the argument takes a turn. Cardone says, if Gordon's claim holds water, then Ripple, its stakeholders, and even XRP holders are the biggest losers. Why? Because it suggests that the company isn't backing its own product the way it should. Despite all the talk about XRP's real-world utility and interest from Wall Street, Ripple still hasn't committed to holding XRP as a reserve asset. And here's the part that really raises eyebrows. Cardone hints that maybe Ripple can't create a reserve. But nobody is asking why. His words, why haven't your leaders created a strategic XRP reserve for Ripple? This question has sparked reactions across the XRP community. Some argue that Ripple is already controlling too much XRP through escrow accounts, and that creating a formal reserve could worsen the centralization concerns. But then again, critics can't have it both ways, accusing Ripple of holding too much XRP while also demanding they hold more. Pro-XRP lawyer Bill Morgan jumped into the conversation too. He pointed out this contradiction, saying that Ripple is criticized either way. Still, he emphasized that XRP remains a top 10 cryptocurrency by market cap and continues to challenge Bitcoin maximalists. Meanwhile, several companies have already started to see XRP differently. Trident Digital, Vivo Power, and Weebus International have announced plans to hold XRP as part of their treasury assets. These moves signal that confidence in XRP is growing, even outside the core Ripple ecosystem. So what's the takeaway here? This debate isn't just about price predictions or hypothetical gains. It's about leadership, confidence, and strategy. Cardone's challenge to Ripple forces a deeper conversation. If Ripple truly believes in XRP's long-term value, why aren't they acting like it? Is Ripple being cautious for legal reasons? Are they strategically avoiding a move that could trigger regulatory scrutiny? Or is there a deeper issue that the public hasn't seen yet? One thing is clear. Gary Cardone's statement has shifted the conversation. Instead of blaming Saylor for not choosing XRP, maybe we should be asking why Ripple itself hasn't doubled down on its own asset. Let me know what you think. Should Ripple create an XRP reserve? Or are they smart to keep their distance from that strategy? This debate isn't going away anytime soon.